Okay, this is going to be a quick and easy guide to all the ways to get a character stronger, no BS. So let's get right into it. First one's leveling. Leveling is obvious and easy. Anytime you level a character, you're going to want to match their typing. This is fire, you see, so I would want to use a fire scroll. If I did not use a fire scroll and I used like an ice scroll, I'm not going to get near as much experience, okay? You can see it's 16,640 there, whereas this one will be 12,800. This is also represented by the experience underneath the scrolls, and obviously the higher up here they are, the more they do, yada, yada. That's really easy. You get experience with characters, and you can level them up just by doing battles or by using scrolls. Scrolls can be acquired very easily through the challenges when you're on the world map. So let me show you here. If you go to the world real quick, I'm going to walk you through just how to get the scrolls. If you go here, the challenge, and you go to the challenge, you go to the experience Sanctum, you get 3 of these tickets a day. I don't know when they reset, but they resets once per day. There's different corridor levels. You can use your teams on them. Some of them have different conditions, and there's it changes, the day changes. You see how there's like day 1, day 2, day 3, etc. And that will, in fact, change the rewards. You can see the conditions to enter tonight are light or darkness, and we're going to get light and dark rewards. So depending upon the day, you're going to get different rewards. Okay, and then on one, I think it's day 7, it's all of them are open. This goes the same with all of the dungeons that we're going to be talking about. They change based upon the day. So let's get back to the character. That's leveling the character. You can do basically anything in the game to level the character as long as they're being used. Scrolls do it quickly, though. So now moving on from scrolls, let's talk about gear. Once you level the character up, you're going to start having gear options available. You're going to notice here that when you go to equip gear, there is 2 types of gear. See how this says physical weapon underneath it? These are all physical. All the ones that are examples here are physical. These gloves are physical. However, there is another type of item called a magico. So if we go here, and this is a magico-based character, so if I look at her, you see all of the things are magical weapon. It's going to say magical gear, etc. Now, on some of these items, when you get like faded ones, which we'll talk about how to get those later, when you, in a video, I'm going to talk about a gear video itself. So you're going to need to subscribe if you want to see more of these videos. I'm trying to get quick, easy information into each one of these videos. I'll go in more in detail on all of these different methods later. That being said, this glove here, some of them can have like sets, so you're going to want to try to match the sets with each other. These are much like typing. You can see these. This is a machine set, and you get status effect immunity, so I'm going to try to pair them with other ones. You can also reforge gear, meaning when you click on the gear here, if you have enough of the resources, you can actually level them up to the next star level, much like blessing. What is blessing? So let's get into that and talk about that. When the character is ready to be blessed, you can bless a character and make it where their star level goes higher. So let me show you here. So he's level 75 ready, and he's maxed out. You see how it says max here? Well, now it's time to bless this guy. I'm going to go to blessing here, and you're going to notice that I have these resources, but I don't have these ones. So what he uses is like, he's a blue guy, a machine guy, and so he's going to use those type of resources. You're going to notice when I go to craft them, I can craft the smaller ones into fragments of the other ones. Underneath me here, you see I use 4 of these, and I make 1 of these ones, just like that. I don't have enough gold to do it all because I've been using all my resources. And then I could use that to go larger and larger until I craft this one, which goes in here. And then these are holy waters, which are actually kind of hard to get. You have to get them kind of later in the game. You can also well out for these, but they are pretty few and far between, I will admit. You can see here they're from Blessing Sanctum, which is what we're going to talk about with the Sanctums and Exploration. They're very rare from Exploration, though. I haven't got very many from them. Now, if you're trying to actually get the materials to bless your character, oh, and by the way, what is blessing? So when you actually bless it, you're going to notice here the level goes from 75 to 90, and he gets, hasty blade grade or whatever that means, right? But you can notice here he goes to level 90 max, and now you can level him 15 more times. He's much stronger, and that's kind of what you want to do. And then 90 is the max, and then you can transcend them. So what is transcending? Okay, so when you have a character, and I can actually give you an example of this right now. If I go back and let me unlock these ones here, perfect. So what is it? This one of these characters I've already done it too. Let me find her. There she is. Okay, so if I go to transcend here, and I have a duplicate of a character I already have. So she was level 75, and I've already transcended her, so now she is level 77 is the new max instead of 75, right? But if I put on a duplicate of a character, and yes, this is a faded character, right? But you don't have to just do it with the fade. I don't have enough gold here. What will happen is they'll combine, and then the transcend count will go up by buy another one, and it will have happened twice, and then she'll go the 2 more levels. So you can transcend someone 5 times, which will make it where they have 10 more levels for a maximum of level 100. Okay, if that makes sense. The blessing gives them 15. Transcending the character with 5 duplicates of that character gets them level 100. Now you don't have to have the Fatecore version of somebody to transcend them. You'll notice here I have the Fatecore version of this guy, Rochelle. But if I pulled another Rochelle, I could just use him. I don't have to have the Fatecore version of him in order to go in, because Fatecore is just a skin, all right? Shut up, TV, you're ruining my quick video. So what's the skin? So you'll notice here, the Fatecores and the weapon skins are sort of the same thing. I don't have any weapon skins yet, but you can just straight up well out and purchase them for EXS or ZES or however we're going to end up pronouncing it. And it's 20,000 of that. I'm probably not going to buy one for a while, but you can get them. And what the Fatecores and the weapon skins do is they straight up give you bonus stats. You'll notice I'm 390,000 power. If I unequip this here, he's 369,000 now as well, right? So you can equip that. Obviously, there's a little bit of a change in the looks of a character too, because here's what he normally looks like. Here's the Fatecore version. So he's got a nice tie on now, right? Big deal. He's got a cool tie. So the Fatecores can increase your power. Please shut up, TV. And you can also increase the power of your Fatecore. You see here, like he's plus 10, and you can use these MUs, which you can make into a creation, which we'll talk about later, and you can enhance them, and you have a chance to increase your total enhancing level, and it gets rare as it goes up, and it makes that the power of the Fatecore stronger and stronger, which is another way to level the character. You can also do succession with the characters, which is kind of like another way of reforging with the gear where it makes it stronger, et cetera, et cetera. So I won't go too much into the Fatecores because really it follows the same kind of path as like the gearing and is fairly self-explanatory. Now, if we're going to go ahead and move on to the other things that can make a character strong, so let's go into, I'm going to have to, in order to do this, I'm going to need to go and show you, here it is, where is it, world? I just came back from like a 3-hour motorcycle ride. And I was so cold, I was shaking. I'm trying to get my brain back into game making mode. It's hard. So if you go into your challenges and do the Sanctums, the gear is one of the most important things when it comes to how strong your character is going to end up being. And the set bonuses of the gear can be a really big deal as well. And in order to get those gear, you're going to want to go and do the solar trade and the lunar trade routes. Well, what are these? Well, the solar and lunar trade routes, these are actually really cool because these give you opportunities to get gear just by doing battles. If you look here at the expected rewards, if you can do all the way at the maximum one, on the lunar trade route, you can get just pure drops of gear here. These are, purple gear is really good if you can get that. And a lot of my characters don't even have that yet at all. And you also get these pieces, Star Fate, from any of the Sanctums, the Blessing Spirit experience, and then the trade routes, basically any of the challenges you get these from if you can do it on the max level, which is all the way down here, which can be difficult because you have to have the right conditions, the right characters for each day. So you're going to see how you're going to need characters of each typing as you progress your roster. So you're going to want to try to get as many of these down as you can every single day just to get these additional rewards, because these are also the gems that help with like the blessing and everything. You see here, these characters, these can be used.
There isn't a supported feature at the moment.
Please be quiet. You're going to need these to do like the reforging of the gear. And then on the Blessing Sanctum, you're going to need, if you're going to want to bless gear, you're going to need to go back here and do the Blessing Sanctum every single day. You'll basically do the challenges. The challenges are what are going to make you stronger as well. But we need to talk about Door of Creation, which is kind of the last thing, because the challenges are great, but they give you items for reforging and blessing and all that. But they also give you ways to do Door of Creation. They give you materials to craft. So what is Door of Creation? So if you go in the Door of Creation, you can go your crafting book, and there's some limited time period ones for like exploration right now. Gives you these guys, which are these feathers of freedom, and you can use them to forge random things, random characters, etc. I think it's kind of a launch thing they're doing. You see, it's only going for a month here, 24 more days. But if you look here, the Door of Creation is another way you can make things. You see here, these materials you get from the Holy Dragon Grounds, which is another challenge, and you can use that to obtain anywhere from rare to all the way to faded equipment to once again make your character stronger. Or here, faded equipment itself. Remember these materials that I was showing you? You get the Star of Fates from being the highest tier. Now watch, I can get myself a piece of faded equipment from that if I wanted as well by using. So there's multiple ways you can actually get yourself some kind of high tier gear, and you can see everything that drops here, right? These are all the available items. You could get skunked to get something bad. You could get something good. So I'll tell you what, just to try to get lucky here, I'll show you guys a quick example. I was going to save mine, but we'll show you here, see how it works. So you put them together, you craft it. There we go. We got a glove. Hopefully those are physical. Nah, they're magical. I don't know if I have someone that needs those or not right now, but I'll show you. So there we got a pair of gloves. Okay. So with that, we can go back to our heroes and we can find out, are these better base gloves on someone? So we can go back, we can look through, let's do auto equip and see, because auto equip will tell you, hey, these are better on that character, right, too. Or you can go through, and if you have someone on your list that maybe like these magical characters all have gear already, right? And this guy's physical, right? So if you go here and I can't put that new piece of gear on them, these are ones that are already equipped. I can't put that on either. But you could also disassemble it. It's like, hey, maybe I don't want it. So let me go and disassemble. And now what is disassembling? So let me show you. If you go to your inventory here and you find pieces you don't want, you hit disassemble. So it's like, you know what? I don't need these green pieces. And you go through, you can see here, you see the powder of light I'm gaining up to 108. And let's get rid of the blue ones too, because I don't really need the blue ones, right? And you see we're starting to get a pretty good amount of powder of light. Well, what is powder of light? And what does powder of light do for us? Well, let me show you. So if we disassemble these here, and now we have 341 powder of light, and we go to the exchange, you see how there's legendary equipment in stock here, it says. So it's loading. There we go. Where are these? These are magical gloves that are in stock. This is an Essence of Mana legendary accessory that we could get. You can see you can purchase things, and even stuff to do like blessing or reforging, etc. will show up here as well. And then there's heroic tokens, which, to be honest, I'm still not kind of 100% sure how the heroic tokens and solar COs, what they're worth, like what's the best thing to get with them. So I don't really want to give bad advice yet. So I'm gonna wait until I'm more informed on these to talk about these in detail. Okay, so that's going to be a whole encompassing, and there's one other way you can do it, which is the Airship Forge. This is going to be kind of hard because it's expensive. It's 700 XES. Someone tell me how you pronounce that, please. 700 of these every single day. But I highly recommend doing it because it's a 3% chance to get faded, 10% chance to get legendary gear, and you honestly really need the gear. I mean, if you can get faded pieces of gear, and then you can just sit there and reforge those, change them around, put them in the right pieces, that's where you're going for. The drop rates are abysmal, obviously. You can see here, the drop rates are really rough, but I've been trying. No faded pieces have come from this yet, but you can get guaranteed faded weapon and faded armor once a month by getting either the stuff you get from the Holy Dragon, you see these tokens here, or the same ones I showed you that I use 5 of to craft those purple gloves. Same deal. If you can get 200 of those, you're guaranteed fate armor once a month, and you're guaranteed a faded weapon once a month as well for just doing the Holy Dragon Grounds. I have 365. I'm going to save up 2,000, and then that's going to finish that up for me. So I think that should be more or less everything in terms of how to continue to get stronger. I'm sure I missed some things, but I've been playing this game almost nonstop for 2 or 3 days straight now. I'm going to keep going. I've beat the campaign. I'm climbing in the ranked. I'm doing pretty good in ranked as well. So I'm just going to keep going, keep trying to get better. Please join WellPod, all one word, just WellPod, if you want to join my Air Squadron. We only have 4 spots available, and I'm going to be accepting people that are doing the donations to try to get the Air Squadron better, as well as people who are the biggest whale as possible. We're going to try to get the squad up there to a decent ranking. So thank you guys very much for watching this video. Let me know if this was a helpful video at all. I tried to just cut out the BS and just give you some quick helpful tips. I'll do more of these if it is something you want to see. I love you all. Please do hit the like button. I recently learned liking the video actually does influence the YouTube algorithm. So the more likes I get, the more people will see the video, and that's highly important to keep me being able to feed myself. So I love you guys. Thanks for very much for watching this, and I'll see you on the next Exos Heroes videos.